Welcome to the world of Parasite, a 2019 South Korean film directed by Bong Joon-ho, a masterful storyteller known for his ability to blend social commentary with compelling narratives. Our story begins in a dimly lit, cramped semi-basement apartment in a bustling neighborhood of Seoul. This is home to the Kim family, who are struggling to make ends meet. Ki-taek, the father, is unemployed and has been for some time. His wife, Jung-suk, is a strong, practical woman, but she too is without a steady job. Their son, Ki-woo, is a bright young man with dreams of a better life, and his sister, Ki-young, is clever and resourceful, but both are unable to afford higher education. The Kims live in poverty, folding pizza boxes for a local delivery company to earn a meager income. Their apartment is infested with stink bugs, and they are forced to mooch Wi-Fi from their neighbors just to stay connected. Despite these hardships, the Kims maintain a sense of humor and camaraderie, dreaming of a day when they might escape their basement and find financial stability. This opening scene paints a vivid picture of their desperation and the lengths they are willing to go to survive. One day, Ki-woo receives a visit from his friend, Min-hyuk, who brings with him a glimmer of hope. Min-hyuk is preparing to study abroad and needs someone to take over his job as an English tutor for the daughter of a wealthy family, the Parks. He recommends Ki-woo for the position, trusting him to be both smart and capable. Seeing this as an opportunity to change his family's fortune, Ki-woo quickly agrees. However, he needs to appear qualified, so his sister, Ki-young, forges a university document to bolster his credentials. With his new identity as Kevin, Ki-woo steps into a world of luxury that is worlds apart from his own. Ki-woo arrives at the Park family's opulent home, a modern architectural marvel designed by a famous architect. The home is a stark contrast to his own, filled with sunlight, open spaces, and expensive furnishings. The Parks live in a world of privilege, seemingly untouched by the struggles of the lower class. Mrs. Park, a charming yet naive woman, welcomes Ki-woo into her home. Her daughter, Da-hae, is a teenage girl who quickly takes a liking to her new tutor, and her young son, Da-song, is an energetic boy with a vivid imagination. As Ki-woo navigates this new environment, he is both fascinated and overwhelmed by the Park's wealth and obliviousness to the struggles of people like his own family. As he teaches Da-hae, Ki-woo quickly becomes comfortable in his role, recognizing the vast opportunities this position presents. He observes the dynamics within the Park family and begins to see how he might further embed his own family into their world. Recognizing an opportunity to bring his sister into the Park household, Ki-woo devises a plan. He learns that Mrs. Park is concerned about Da-song's behavior, believing he is an artistic genius in need of nurturing. Ki-woo recommends his cousin, Jessica, an art therapist who could help Da-song channel his creativity. Enter Ki-young, posing as Jessica. With a mix of confidence and fabricated expertise, she impresses Mrs. Park with her knowledge of art therapy. During their meeting, Ki-young conducts a convincing art therapy session with Da-song, quickly earning Mrs. Park's trust. Her assertiveness and intelligence shine through, and Mrs. Park hires her on the spot. Ki-young's successful infiltration brings the Kims one step closer to their goal. With two family members now inside the Park household, the plan to replace the existing staff is set in motion, and the Kims' hopes of upward mobility grow stronger. The next target for the Kims is the Park family chauffeur. The Kims craft a devious plan to get him dismissed. Ki-young executes the scheme by strategically leaving her underwear in the backseat of the family car, leading Mr. Park to suspect the driver of inappropriate behavior with a passenger. Ki-taek seamlessly steps into his role, chauffeuring Mr. Park around the city. He skillfully navigates both the roads and the social dynamics of his new position. The Kims are now 3 strong within the Park household, each playing their part in the family's elaborate deception. The final piece of the puzzle is replacing Moon Gwang, the Park family's long-serving housekeeper. Moon Gwang is devoted to her job, having worked for the home's previous owner, and she takes great pride in her position. However, the Kims are determined to replace her with Jung-suk, the final member of their family. To achieve this, the Kims exploit Mrs. Park's fear of illness. They concoct a plan to convince her that Moon Gwang has tuberculosis. Ki-young uses a bottle of hot sauce to fake bloody tissues, making it appear as if Moon Gwang is coughing up blood. Horrified by the thought of illness spreading in her home, Mrs. Park has no choice but to let Moon-gwang go. She hires Jung-suk as the new housekeeper, completing the Kim family's infiltration. The Kims now have complete control over the Park household, living a life they had only dreamed of. With the Parks away on a camping trip, the Kims seize the opportunity to enjoy the luxuries of their new world. They indulge in fine food and drink, lounging in the expansive living room. It is a moment of triumph for the family, a temporary escape from their struggles. As they revel in their success, the Kims imagine what life could be like if they were truly wealthy. They discuss their future plans and how they might maintain their positions. However, beneath the celebration lies an underlying tension, as they know their situation is precarious and could unravel at any moment. The Kims' celebration is interrupted by a late-night visitor, Moon-gwang, the former housekeeper. She arrives unexpectedly, pleading to be let inside, claiming she left something important in the basement. Reluctantly, the Kims allow her entry, unaware of the secrets she is about to reveal. Moon-gwang leads them to a hidden door in the kitchen that opens to a secret underground bunker. This bunker was built by the home's original architect as a shelter in case of war, but it has since become a hiding place for Moon-gwang's husband, Gu Na-se. He has been living there for years, evading loan sharks. The revelation shocks the Kims, and they find themselves in a precarious situation. Moon-gwang begs the Kims to help her husband, but when she realizes the Kims have replaced her, she threatens to expose their scam to the Parks. The power dynamics shift as both families struggle to protect their secrets. A tense standoff ensues between the Kims and Moon-gwang. In the chaos that follows, Moon-gwang attempts to send a video message to the Parks, revealing the Kims' deception. A physical altercation breaks out, and the Kims manage to overpower Moon-gwang and her husband, trapping them in the bunker once again. As the Kims attempt to regain control, the Parks return home unexpectedly due to the cancellation of their camping trip. The Kims scramble to clean up and hide, leaving Gu Na-se and Moon-gwang confined in the basement. During the night, the Kims are forced to hide under the furniture as the Parks settle in. They overhear Mr. Park's disparaging remarks about Ki-taek's smell, a moment that starkly highlights the social divide between the families. This moment of humiliation and dehumanization plants the seeds for the explosive events to come. The following day, the Parks host a lavish garden party for Da-song's birthday, attended by friends and family. The Kims are on edge, knowing the precariousness of their situation. The party is a display of wealth and privilege, underscoring the gap between the Parks and the Kims. Amidst the festivities, chaos erupts when Gu Na-se breaks free from the basement, fueled by desperation and rage. He attacks Ki-woo with a rock, severely injuring him, and makes his way to the garden party. Armed with a knife, Gu Na-se seeks vengeance for his wife's death, caused by the altercation in the basement. The party descends into chaos as Gu Na-se stabs Jung-suk. In the ensuing panic, Da-song suffers a seizure, and Mr. Park demands Ki-taek's help to rush him to the hospital. Overwhelmed by the violence and Mr. Park's disregard for his family's suffering, Ki-taek reaches a breaking point. In a moment of blind rage, he stabs Mr. Park and flees the scene, leaving both families in disarray. In a poignant daydream, Ki-woo imagines himself becoming wealthy and buying the house, reuniting his family. The vision is both hopeful and heartbreaking, a reminder of the seemingly insurmountable barriers that separate the rich from the poor. The final scenes reveal Ki-woo's recovery and his determination to rescue his father, who has taken refuge in the bunker. Ki-taek is now trapped in the very place where Gu Na-se once hid, living in solitude beneath the house he once served. Parasite leaves us with a powerful message about the societal divides that persist, challenging us to reflect on our own world and the systems that perpetuate inequality. It's a film that resonates long after the credits roll, asking us to consider how far we would go to escape our circumstances and what we might lose in the process. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Parasite, a cinematic masterpiece that masterfully captures the complexities of human nature and societal divides. Until next time, may we continue to reflect on the stories that shape our world and the lessons they impart. If you enjoyed this story and want more movie recaps like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for updates.